How good can Estêvão Willian be for Chelsea? Chelsea fans, you're welcome to the Up Chelsea TV, and I'm Ugo Amadi, so let's dive straight into it. Now, Estêvão Willian has shown up in recent pictures in training, media duties for Chelsea. So brilliant that he's finally in the building. Youngster, we saw what he is all about in the Club World Cup for Palmeiras. So what he could do, so the goals, that's stunning strike, against Robert Sanchez. So brilliant that he's in the building now. How good can he be? I think he can be as good as the best of them. Maybe get to Neymar levels, but he's not there yet. People are ready to jump on this. Who is the Chelsea's answer to Lamine Yamal? Pipe down a bit. He is super special. He can be really great for Chelsea. Some people are saying probably he is the next Eden Hazard. Calm down a bit. Eden Hazard was pretty special in my opinion, and I think Estêvão Willian can be his own man. Now, while I'm saying he can be very special for Chelsea, I expect that he will be eased into playing for Chelsea, into getting his sort of substantial minutes. Probably he get 10-15 minutes here and there, and then when you get by the midpoint of the season, he begins to actually start games and progresses on there and finishes the season like I've predicted as the outright right wing starter. So for me, he is a super special player, and he can be super special for Chelsea. His skill, his pace, he can play on either side as well. That's something I figured out. And although he says he wants to play in the 10, I don't think that 10 will suit him. I prefer he is in a position where he runs at defenders 1v1, and that means you need to have your fullbacks overlapping. But then again, even if I say I don't see him playing as a 10, I do suspect if for whatever reason, Enzo Maresca chooses to go with a 4-2-3-1 where you have your three, when you play with 3 10s, what possibly would happen would be he would be one of those 10s, and then you have Xavi Simons on the left hand side of the 10 trio, if you want to call it that, and then as well you then have Cobham in the more central 10 position, although it would be dynamic because it's 3 10s, and you have Estêvão Willian out on the more right-handish side of the 10s, but since it will be dynamic, you have them moving fluidly. Now, for me, what would be a successful season for Estêvão Willian? For me, I'm not looking for crazy numbers. Now, I will, like every Chelsea fan, accept crazy numbers. If he comes in, smashes in 25 goals with 25 assists to boot, 50 goal contributions in the Premier League, and topping it up with another 10 goals and assists in the Champions League, brilliant. I would accept it. I would be excited with it, because that means Chelsea probably will be heading close to winning the league, if not even winning it actually. But for me, expectations going into the season, if he can hit his 5-6 goals in the Premier League, and then hit another maybe 5-6 assists in the Premier League, that's 12 for me. That would be a fine contribution for me. And want to see him play his game. That's what I want to see. I want to see that excitement. I don't want to see any RoboCop sort of football where he holds the ball, goes to one side, pass it up. I want to see Enzo Maresca unleash Estêvão Willian. Now, it doesn't matter if in the beginning he doesn't get to play 90 minutes. Even if you're playing for 15 minutes or 10 minutes per game, you want to see him unleashed. Because what people don't get about Brazilian players is this, and quite frankly, Nigerian African players is this: have the flair. They want to be let go. They want to be allowed to run at people, run at players. They don't like to be restricted. Once you begin to restrict them and pocket them into a tight system, then you begin to mess with their mind psychologically, and it becomes difficult for them to even perform for you. So we've seen it with Anthony, at Manchester United. Though I would say Estêvão Willian is slightly, better player than Estêvão Willian, slightly better talent in ways than your Anthony. So, but I want to see him unleashed by Enzo Maresca. However long he gets to play on the pitch, I want to see him actually allowed to go, allowed to play, allowed to run at people. I don't want all this sideways movement having to go back. And for him to be good as well, this is very important. If he's going to play even in a 10 role, in a 3 10s behind the striker, or he's going to play that wide position, wide out on the right, you must have your fullbacks overlapping. You don't want Estêvão Willian. Look at the way he's built. You don't want Estêvão Willian going 1v3 consistently. Now, as a special player that he is, he can do it once or twice in the game. Goes past 3 players. But every time he goes up, against a defender, he shouldn't and wouldn't want to be going up against 3 players every time. And let's face it, that's football. You're playing against a Brentford, you're playing against Sunderland, for instance, Newcastle United, Leeds United. Every team sees you want to play this fluid passing game. They see this player is super exciting, super explosive. The idea is going to be, how do we stop the player? All right, let's double up on him, let's triple up on him. And if you don't let your fullback overlap to take away the attention of one of those defensive players from a player like Estêvão Willian, and you allow him to get battered game in, game out, then he will really look bad. That's one thing I'm afraid of. He will really look bad, because if people like Maresca could struggle when you don't have a fullback overlapping alongside them, if Pedro Neto could struggle when you don't have a fullback overlapping alongside him, then you definitely know a young kid like Estêvão Willian could struggle. So on Enzo Maresca, while Estêvão Willian can be super special for Chelsea, can really hit that height for Chelsea, he needs to be tactically protected. Those are my thoughts, opinion on Estêvão Willian. Let me know what you think. How good do you think this kid can be for Chelsea going into the season? What would you mark? What would you say is a successful season for Estêvão Willian? Let me know your thoughts, opinions in the comment section. Do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on yet another video on Up Chelsea TV. Up Chelsea. See you on another video. Stay well, stay blessed.